my garbage person of the week is once again Elon Musk, but I think I have a good reason in this case. It has to do not just with the mass firings that Elon Musk is doing, but the needless insult to injury that he's adding over those firings. So we have a couple case studies, and then we have the general way that he's responding to all this and making everything needlessly worse. So apparently a Democratic lawmaker invited a fired wildlife biologist, Ben Vizicero, as a guest to Trump's joint address to Congress in March as an example of one of the people who's been fired. And he found himself seated near Musk, the guy who got him fired. He took the opportunity to confront the world's richest man. According to Vizicero, he described his job to Musk and asked, "Am I a waste?" He says Musk, quote, with a very condescending smirk, hit him with a line from the 1999 movie Office Space, "What would you say you do here?" Which is like petty and childish and bitchy. That's all true. But also, he just told you what his job was. The joke doesn't even make sense. He already described what his job was, and he was so committed to saying that line that he just said it anyway. It wouldn't have been funny, and now it's even stupider. And so there's a couple of issues here. One is the mass firing, and the other is his obsession with this particular joke coming out of Office Space. And apparently, this is according to Rolling Stone, like countless Wall Street traders who took the wrong lesson from Gordon Gekko's greed is good speech, Musk missed the point of Office Space, that corporate culture is dehumanizing and bosses like him are odious cretins. I don't know how you can watch that movie and come away thinking the people doing the firings are the good guys in that. But we are, a couple decades into right-wingers missing the entire obvious point of movies like Fight Club and 300 and The Matrix and all of that. They love watching these movies and they learn nothing from any of them. And he really likes this line in particular from Office Space. He posted it in November on Twitter with a laugh crying emoji, which he is required by law to post in all of his tweets. He reshared his earlier post of an AI-generated image in which he's seated at a conference table behind a placard that reads "Doggy." 2 weeks later, he announced, "I rewatched Office Space tonight for the 5th time to prepare for Doggy." He knows how many times he's watched it? Like specifically, this old movie, that's really weird too.
Get him, John, get him.
He apparently had a DOGE T-shirt made emblazoned with that line, and one weekend in February, he threatened to fire every federal worker who failed to respond to an email asking them, "What did you do last week?" Now, his bizarre obsession with this one movie that he does not understand on any level, his bizarre obsession with that line is particularly weird when there is no greater example of a person who has not just one job, but many jobs that they don't do anything for week to week. He's the CEO of multiple companies that he has nothing to do with. They could easily ask him, what did you do for the Boring Company last week? What did you do for SpaceX last week? What did you do for Tesla? We're getting killed out here. What did you do last week, Elon Musk? But no, again, he is as dense about the irony of the way he's using it as he is about the movie and the effect he's having on the government. And more broadly, beyond just this one individual and this one line, according to sources who spoke to Rolling Stone, Musk has regularly, quote, privately messaged associates and confidants about reports from federal staffers about how their lives have been wrecked and, quote, has been known to react with laugh crying emojis to their stories. So this isn't even like a guy's in his face, and so he thinks he's got a great line that's not actually a great line. He's just like passively laughing at the fact that people who actually know what they're doing, have contributed, built up expertise, institutional knowledge, have contributed for years or decades, their lives are ruined, and he thinks it's hilarious, and he thinks telling other people how hilarious he thinks it is itself funny and or charming. He's a terrible guy. It's why so few people like him and so fewer people like him than did just a few months ago back in November. Brett, what do you think?
But okay, so if he gets the answer, who's confident that any answer in any capacity of a job would be important enough to Elon to keep?
Yeah.
Like it basically, what do you think he's equipped to get the answer and make a good decision? And my contention would be no. Do you think he understands the importance of a wildlife biologist? There's no way in hell he does.
No way.
There's no way in hell. And the worst part is he has no humility to understand what he doesn't know and where his blind spots are. That's the fact about it. And just from a regular, you want to talk about efficiency? Here's an efficient way to bring up the value of Tesla. Fire Elon Musk.
100%.
He's very efficiently, by his own actions, in a climate that should otherwise be very friendly to an electric car company who largely assembles their cars in America. Like, he should be killing it. He sends rockets to space and catches them on toothpicks. Like, the guy should be very popular. But no, his own actions brought about the cratering of the stock price, against which all the rest of his company's value is leveraged.
Yeah.
This guy has one support beam on his entire empire, and he just keeps pulling parts of it off. And it may crumble. Why? Yeah. Because of stupid crap like this. So if there is a Bob equivalent for CEOs and heads of DOGE, send them in to ask Elon, what is it that you do here?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure, like, who has the better case to ask him that? Like the board of any of these corporations, or literally any of his kids?
But here's the problem. You don't have to ask Elon what he does here. He's always telling you what he's up to. And he's the only one laughing at it with his little crying laughing emojis.
What is he doing, though? He doesn't do code. He doesn't do cars. I don't think he does. I think he orders people around while making jokes that make everyone uncomfortable. I think that's what it is.
Within a tech
we got to move on.
Guy's fine at getting rid of stuff that doesn't need to be there. Within a tech company, he's good at making efficiencies happen. He's good at cutting stuff in ways that help the company grow.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's good at that, but not for a government. It's a completely different entity.
It is. And by the way, I almost at the last second changed my garbage person. Well, I like this one. I found out just minutes before we did that the official covid.gov website that's supposed to help everyone know what's going on with COVID, try to save some lives, has now been rerouted to link to a website called Lab Leak: The True Origins of COVID-19. That just asserts that it's a lab leak and that's it. Everything that it used to do to help people get information, get vaccinations, boosters, and all that. No, now it's a right-wing documentary or whatever.
That's crazy.
Love our government. Love our government. Keeping us safe and healthy.
That's like if you went to took a website that's about how to fix your car and it just rerouted to the Wikipedia entry for Henry Ford.
Exactly. It's not helpful at all.
That's not why anyone goes there.
Well, those are our garbage people of the week, but many of you voted. 47,000 voted for the community garbage person of the week. And coming in at number 4 with 3% of the vote is Jesse Waters for saying a bull's hat is a gang identifier. Number 3 with 6% of the vote is Mike Johnson for saying he won't raise taxes on the rich. Your runner-up, 11% goes to Trump's doctor for pretending that Trump is physically fit. But it wasn't even close. 81% to that tyrannical duo of Trump and Bukele for refusing to bring back Kilmar Garcia, and I think they earned that one. But even more of you voted for our hero of the week, which I don't think we have. Do we have the graphic for that? We didn't include it this week. We do? Let's bring it up. Hero of the week. No, I meant have a full screen.
Move on, John.
Anyway, I'm disappointed. It's really cool. 61,000 of you voted, and coming in at number 4 with 7% of the vote is Bernie Sanders for speaking at Coachella about corruption. A close third, 8% of the vote, to AOC for calling out Marjorie Greene's stock trading on that same tour, by the way. 21% goes to Chris Van Hollen for traveling to El Salvador to visit Garcia. I sort of thought that would be the winner, but I understand the 64% of you who chose the hero of the week being Harvard University for refusing to give in to Trump's demands, at least as of right now. We'll see what happens, but thank you, Harvard, so far.